Hello, everyone, and welcome to Design, Build, Succeed, Six Strategies to Complete Projects on Time and on Budget. My name is Juliana, and I work in marketing here at MicroCAD. And today's presenter is Phil Marshall, our applications specialist. At today's webinar, Phil will detail six specific strategies that you can use to improve your project management productivity to avoid mistakes and misunderstanding and boost collaboration. Throughout the webinar, you can ask a question at any given point on the left-hand corner. You can ask Phil to revisit his step or ask any questions. This is your time, and we want you to make the most of it. And in the upper left-hand corner, you will find links to our social media and website. So make sure to check everything there. We also have our YouTube channel, and we post all of our webinars there at the end, so you can share with colleagues or rewatch it on your own time. And without further ado, we'll pass it on to Phil. Hi, Phil.
Good afternoon, and thank you for taking the time today to talk with us about strategies to. I'm just getting my screen to share about strategies of how to be more successful in project management. Today, we're aiming this presentation at project managers, who are the people who have to deliver results in a difficult environment. An environment where changes occur daily, the unexpected is the norm, and nothing is easy. Designing and constructing a building we know is tough. It needs people from a variety of fields and with differing expertise. Each group is responsible for their own discipline, but is dependent on others. And there's lots of information, not just the geometry of the building, but specifications, testing requirements, custom fabrications and schedules, right down to each of the millions of individual building components. Like everything else, building design projects are on tight budgets and schedules. Missing either the cost deadline or the opening date can have significant economic impact. This webinar will again identify six strategies to help you be successful. These strategies counter the problems you experience in all building projects, large and small. And these problems are real and impactful. Errors can come from not having the latest drawing, communication issues, insufficient collaboration with all the partners, and you have to have everyone involved, from designers right through the installers. Keeping track of how the project is progressing versus goals and raising flags when it diverts from the plan is key to fixing problems. You can't fix it if you don't know about it. Now, these problems aren't new. They've been around since the beginning of construction. And an entire software market has arisen to try and address the problems. Many software engineers are out there working on tools to help project managers. However, most of these developers and developer companies are small firms, limited in how many of these problems they can address. And the software developers have to keep up with hardware and networking advances, cloud usage, phone computing, more powerful servers, and of course the BIM revolution, providing 3D models of the projects. Their solutions have to address all these new technologies. Before choosing any tool to help your project managers, you have to make sure it fits in with what's important to your success. You have to have a foundational platform for remedies to all the problems, trying to address one problem at a time. Whack-a-mole approach, knocking down one issue, now finding another one comes up, working with many band-aids, trying to address many different things. Doing it that approach will eat up your time and attention. You need an integrated solution so there's implementable relief to all of those problems. And you need to team with a company that has the size and market focus to deliver on all these solutions. A company with an established base in the industry. And you need specific strategies to measure your tool choice against. That's what we're trying to cover today. These six strategies we're proposing come from experts in the field based on experience in project management. We think they're relevant to the complex world today as well as in the future. Technological change, things like robots, modularization, 3D printing, those won't obsolete these strategies. In fact, they tend to reinforce them. The strategies are also independent of the size or type of project. So they apply to single high-end residential projects, commercial projects, even horizontal projects. They all share the same strategies. All right, so what are they? Number 6, predictive data analysis. The use of data analytics means we can use information from this and previous projects to predict what's going to happen. Using artificial intelligence principles, trends and performance versus plan can be forecast and warnings raised if the project is going astray. This is only possible, of course, when you collect data to begin with, and that data collection must be automatic, not burdening already overworked project staff with new tasks. Number 5, closed loop control. In all projects, questions, concerns, and changes occur, whether it's unexpected site conditions, ill-fitting fabrications, or just plain blunders. Project managers have to be agile in their response. You have to be ready for anything. Nothing can be left unanswered. Closed loop control basically means that all tasks and open issues, all of the things that are going on, have to be tracked and highlighted, both for the person responsible and for the project manager. Overdue tasks raise alarms. Nothing falls in the cracks. That's what closed loop control is all about. Number 4, any device anywhere. People on the project do their work in many places, the field, the trailer, the office, wherever they are, with whatever device is in their hand, they have to be able to handle decisions and issues. We can't wait for someone to get back to the home office. Drawings, models, text all needs to be presented on those devices in a way that the user is familiar and convenient, and in a way that they can take that data and make decisions off of it. So it has to be not just displaying information, but also enabling the end user to make decisions. Number 3, one team. Any construction project involves many people from many organizations. Architects, engineers, designers, installers, site workers all need to be considered one team. This happens when they're all involved in data sharing, either by creating the data, analyzing the data, or using the data to get their job done. No silos, no us versus them mentality. Collaborative construction processes link all partners into the communications network so everyone can contribute their professional expertise to find solutions. We need as much help as we can get from as many people as we can contact and get into our network. Joint development agreements let all members benefit from meeting cost and schedule targets and avoids contentious relationships. Number 2, one tool. There's a lot of software out there aimed at the project management market. As I said, this is a whole niche in the project in software development. Most of those tools address one or a few problem areas. What you don't want to have happen is acquiring multiple solutions and duplicating your training and maintenance overhead and worrying about interfaces from XYZ to ABC. You want easy. And this applies to the entire project lifecycle, from design to operations. Throughout the process, there are these needs that must be addressed. If you have one solution for design and a different solution for building and a different solution for operation, then you're adding on the complexity of how you're going to handle your projects. Throughout, there's needs that must be addressed from all of these phases, and you'll never be able to address them unless you have a complete solution. So the recommended solution will be one that provides modules to address all of those problems. You may choose to implement them serially rather than all at once, but with a single comprehensive solution, it is simply a matter of plugging in new functionality. And the number 1 strategy is the strategy of one data. I think everyone's heard talk about having single source of information. That is the concept of one data. And this is probably the most important strategy to have, something that everyone can access and be secure in knowing that they are getting the most current data. This data platform must have version control with the ability to look at or possibly revert to prior versions. The model information must start to be collected in the early design phase and continue right through operations because you need to be able to look back at the history of the design and how decisions were made. All partners need notification of changes or potential changes before they happen so they can be involved in the process. And one data has to be one place to go for all project members. All right, a common data platform, a single tool to address all the problems, collaboration to keep all the players informed and moving together, accessible in the field, in the trailer, in the office, ensuring that all tasks are managed, all issues addressed, and capturing and using data to predict job performance. There is a software collection that will do all of that. The Autodesk Construction Cloud meets the requirements of all these strategies and delivers solutions in all the areas of concern. From the industry-leading provider of software for AEC and civil projects, the Autodesk Construction Cloud is complete enough to provide solutions to all the common problems and modular enough to customize the implementation to meet your unique needs. It provides solutions to all the problem areas, from design to fabrication and construction to operation. These solutions are designed to be able to be serially implemented just by plugging in the extension. With broad reach and industry-proven functionality, the Autodesk Construction Cloud is a solution to what you are most concerned about. 6 strategies, all met with one choice, the Autodesk Construction Cloud. And with that, let's see what questions have been coming in.
Thank you, Phil, for that wonderful presentation. Let me check what questions do we have. Okay, first question is, our subs are used to using a variety of software, Newforma, Procore, and others. Do they have to start from scratch?
That's a really good question because if most of the organizations already have or may have been exposed to solutions like those tools, so we would look at those 6 strategies and say, out of these 6 strategies, which ones are the most important? And as I said, the most important is the data. So what I would suggest in a situation like that is to use the Autodesk Construction Cloud for the data platform. And there are plugins that would now enable a user interface that's like a shell on top of that systems from the Procore and the new Forman's environments. So they would continue using the tools that they would be comfortable with, but the data is being captured and organized, and the collaboration is being run through the Autodesk Construction Cloud. That makes it a comfortable transition, but you're still capturing the data and capturing the collaboration to get the benefits that those would provide you. Not the ideal situation where you'd have one solution across the board for everybody, but that would work in a situation where you did have subs that have to use different tools for whatever reason.
Thank you. Next question we have is, as the GC, do we have to buy licenses for our subs?
Yeah, that's a good question. As a GC, of course, you're responsible for making sure the subs can work with whatever system you have. And that kind of ties in with the question we had a second ago. As a GC, you could tell your subs, I know you're used to Procore or Newforma or whatever, but you're going to use this on this particular project. You certainly could do that, and sometimes that's politically the right thing to do. But if you do, then you need to provide them some licenses. Either they buy the licenses or you buy the licenses. But what is unique about this situation is that you could buy licenses for this sub on this particular project. When that project is over, you've got the licenses still, and you could give them to somebody else on another project. So you have a pool of these licenses that you dole out as needed. Now, financially, what you could do is as you sign up the subs, you could charge them a technology fee to cover the cost of the licenses and the services that you're providing as part of the contract. So it isn't like it's out of your pocket. They are paying for the use of the software, but you could manage those licenses and make them available for other people as they free up. So you've got a pool of licenses and you just delegate them out to the people who need them at the time that they need them and only for the time that they need them.
Perfect. And the third question we have is, we already have Autodesk software for construction, but it doesn't do all the things you talked about.
Now, the obvious question is why not? Um, we need, of course, to sit down and we'll talk about your particular situation. We'll take a look and see what software you have purchased, what software is installed, what modules are you being used, and find out why you're not getting all of these benefits. One of the things that we see is that sometimes you're looking at a software solution, and the focus is in, let's talk about the software. We want to get the software. We want to get our fingers on those keyboards. We want to get things happening. And you're focusing so much on getting the software in that you don't spend a lot of time in the implementation. And absolutely, it's important that, because every company works a little bit different, is to take this software and make sure it flows well in the workflow that you're using, and that the terminology are things that people are comfortable with, and the screen layouts and the data you're collecting, that everything is consistent with how you do business. So it is not uncommon that people would have the Autodesk Construction Cloud software and they just implement and use this part of it, or they just treat it like a file management system, or they don't go into linking it with other applications. So we need to sit down. So you send me your email or something, and then we can talk about it in your particular situation. But in general, we see that people make a software choice and don't always implement and get the most benefit out of that choice. So that's something we can be aware of, that when you're looking at your software choice, include the implementation as part of the plan.
Yeah, that's definitely something they can discuss with you. And we have another question. Do you recommend a particular software solution for project tracking slash management?
Yeah. So um, this webinar is really identifying 6 strategies that were product independent. The idea of the strategies is this is what people in the project management, professionals in project management, think it's important for a software solution to meet. We are a reseller of the Autodesk line of products, so we looked at these 6 strategies and said this is the tool from Autodesk that addresses all of those 6 strategies. So the Autodesk Construction Cloud does have the project management tools, the scheduling, the cost management, and the collaboration tools that enable project managers to be more successful. So yes, indeed, we are representing the Autodesk line of products.
Absolutely. And yes, Phil mentioned, if you want to learn any of these topics in detail, you can always take a custom training with Phil or someone else on our team. We also offer group classes online. So we recommend you to be checking the MicroCAD website for future webinars as well. I think if there are no further questions, this is all for today. Thank you everyone for attending, and thank you, Phil, for that wonderful presentation.
I thank you for your time, everyone.
Bye bye.